Good boy. Hi everyone, George here, and welcome to a brand new aquascaping video in the GFS Gallery. Got a brand new aquarium system that I want to talk about in more detail soon, and I'm just really pumped about this one. A completely different style of aquascape to what I'm normally creating. So hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, comment if you can, and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be awesome. So full disclosure, Oase have supplied this aquarium to the gallery. The tank itself measures 75 centimetres or 30 inches by 50 centimetres by 50 or 20 inches. This gives us a volume of 175 litres or 46 US gallons. Now there are some unique features about the Oase Highline. It is a high-end product, really well designed and really well finished. The price is reflected in that level. Starting from the top, we've got the lid. It is a lidded tank. Now, normally I'm not a fan of hooded tanks. Most of you know that I prefer rimless. However, there is a time and a place for hoods, especially if you want to keep jumping fish, if you want to avoid evaporation, if you want to avoid excess humidity, etc. Don't have so much problem with humidity in my home because I have a huge kind of extension. You can't see right now, but this is a huge void space, and all the aquariums over here, the humidity just gets lost. It is hinged and it does have pop-up, so you press down and it pops up like so. You slide this across for feeding the fish, which is great. This is like I think it must be aluminium or some sort of stainless steel finish, really high quality. Everything is just finished really neatly. I've experienced cheap Chinese equipment and you can just see that it's poorly made, but this is actually built in Germany, and you can just tell it's just a high quality engineered product. Inside the aquarium we've got a dry weir, so this is really interesting. So the tank is actually drilled. We have the inlet portion here, and then we have the outlet here. So this is a dry weir. The outlet hose comes up here through a spray bar here, and it basically means there's no cables or hoses coming out of the rear of the aquarium. This means that we can have the aquarium right up to the wall, which is, you know, really cool idea. And there's no hoses coming over the side like I often have in my rimless aquariums. So really neat and a well finished product, like I said. The glass itself is float glass. This is the only kind of disappointing thing for me. It would be nice to have Opti-White. It is a premium product, and I'm not sure why they did opt for floats. It is not quite as transparent as the Opti-White or low iron glass. So that's some feedback for Oase right there. The cabinet itself is gloss white, really high quality finish. It does have a nice soft close and open hinge. Okay, inside the cabinet, very cool. Oase Biomaster Thermo, so it's got the quick release pre-filter, built-in heater. Now what's quite unique about this cabinet is that the filter itself, we can pull out using this drawer, and then we can maintain it super quick. So the quick release pre-filter we can attach, bring out, really easy, and then just put it back. Really nice. Another cool feature is that we can adjust the feet in these four corners using an Allen key, spirit level, and make sure the aquarium is absolutely dead level before we fill with water. And once you've adjusted, we can block off with these white caps, just for making it look more aesthetically pleasing. Now is the exciting bit, aquascaping. Completely different to a normal aquascape, going to have no plants in here, just rocks and sand and gravel. So it's really important that we pay particular attention to the rocks, how they're composed, the size of the rocks, the way they look. Try to make them look as well balanced and as natural as possible, but also interesting. And actually how we position the rocks is going to really influence the fish behaviour, and we'll talk about that in more detail later in the video. I've fitted a Kessel A160 WE Tuna Sun just temporarily. I've removed the hood so we can light the aquarium while I'm aquascaping, so we can see what I'm doing more effectively. And now it's a case of choosing our rocks, choosing our sand and gravel, and putting them in there. Exciting times. So the substrate I'm using is a coarse, just off-white kind of natural gravel sand. It's inert, so it's not going to affect the water chemistry, although the fish we're stocking actually would benefit from a substrate which would higher the pH and hardness. So I could use coral sand potentially, but I just find this is a lot more natural looking rather than the sort of bleached white sand. So I'm just putting a thin layer across the bottom. This has been pre-washed. It's actually got some bigger chunks in there as well, just to make it look even more natural. It's actually Unipack Maui sand, the coarse, and then there's actually small pieces of Denil Rio Zingo, which they work really well together. We only need a thin layer because we're not planting into it. And the potential danger with a thick layer is that you'll get a build-up of excess anaerobic bacteria, which is harmful. This can create hydrogen sulfide, which is toxic to the livestock. Here's a selection of rocks that we've got to use. This is mini landscape rock, otherwise known as Sirius stone. It is very limestone heavy, so it will increase the pH and hardness of the water, but this is actually a benefit to the fish that we're going to be stocking later on. Now it's a case of positioning the rocks in the best way we can. It's going to take me a little while, so I'll do a time lapse, but just as a rough kind of guideline, what I'm going to aim for is a triangular layout. So we'll start off taller here, we'll cover this filter inlet, so there's going to be absolutely no visible equipment on show, which is a really good thing for aquascaping. And I'm deliberately going to try to create some kind of caves and outcrops, etc. And this is going to be a benefit to the fish that we're eventually going to stock. Rocks are in, pretty happy with that, classic triangular composition. We've deliberately got some overhangs and kind of cave areas. This is going to help the fish feel more secure, establish territories, etc. And now it's a case of details. Now details matter. It might look quite nice as it is, but if we add some more details, it's really going to enhance this overall natural feel, which is what I'm really interested in creating. Something that's beautiful to look at and also helps the fish to feel more at home, hopefully. So I've got some smaller stones, we'll add those around the open areas, and then I've got some Denil Rio Zingo gravel, which will blend in really beautifully with this Maui sand. So I'm going to start off with the biggest detail pieces and then work my way down, looking for areas that are a little bit too empty maybe, and then we can fill up those empty areas with these detail pieces. Now most of these rocks have been used before, so they do already have a coating of algae on. Now this isn't a bad thing, it just helps the scape look more natural and even might offer grazing opportunities for the fish. It looks really good, I'm really happy with it. Loads of overhangs, loads of caves and areas for the fish to hide out if they need to, and just something so different to what I've done before. It's really nice to step out of my comfort zone, try and create something that's, you know, still stretches me creatively but still satisfies me in terms of something I like to look at. Now I usually think it's got to be plants, but you know, maybe it's time to enjoy the fish more. Time to fill up. I'm just going to use standard tap water. My tap water is really hard, pH of between 7.5 and 8 out of the tap. High hardness levels, which is perfect for the fish we're going to choose. So I'll just fill straight from the tap using a pump, and really, really simple. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment. Now, you may have a strong idea what kind of fish I'm stocking in here. I've left a few hints in this video and on my community page. But if you know the actual species that I'm going to stock, it's only one species of fish I'm going to stock in this tank, and I'll be super impressed. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Always read your comments, and they're always really appreciated. So make sure you tune into the next film where I visit the actual place that are going to sell me these fish, and then obviously we'll do a follow-up film about stocking them and how the aquascape looks once the fish are stocked. I can't wait to show you. You take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.